You are listening to ChartingWealth.com for Thursday, the 22nd of December, 2016. We have 2 more days. The last trading day before Christmas is, of course, Friday the 23rd. And don't forget, according to Jeff and Yale Hirsch, our friends, I like to call them friends because they help me out so much at the Stock Traders Almanac. Don't forget, last trading day before Christmas, the Dow's been up 7 out of 8 of the last years. Now, if you've not ordered your Stock Traders Almanac, I recommend it. They don't pay me anything to recommend this. I just know how great it is. 50th anniversary edition. I'm actually holding mine right now on my desk for 2017. You need to have it. It is an incredible resource for all of us who care about what's going on in the stock market. So let's get into what's going on in our market as of Wednesday before we go into Thursday. What do we see? Well, the S&P 500 was down 0.26%. It's really been sliding sideways since it hit pretty much its top. We can go all the way back actually to Monday, the 12th of December. It is actually below, well, it's right about there is where it ended the day at somewhere around 226 on the S&P 500. So sliding sideways since then. If we look at our 2-hour chart, we can see that again, it tried to cross over going up first thing in the morning on the 21st, and then what happened? It just rolled off, and we see the derivative oscillator losing energy, and we see that the PPO is actually heading down. It has crossed back over the red signal line. It really never passed through it. So again, maybe we'll see some things going on. Don't forget, could have the Santa Claus rally. If you want to read more about that, you know what you need to do? You need to open up this year's version of your Stock Traders Almanac. And again, don't forget what might be coming up on Friday the 23rd. So let's keep pushing through things and looking at where things are going. Remember, confirmed up moves on the S&P 500 on both the weekly and the 2-day chart. So let's check out the 2-day chart on the Qs. What is QQQ or the cubes? That is the NASDAQ 100, our tech stocks. It is continuing to move up. Actually, for the day, we were down 0.09%, just barely down, but the 2-day candle that closed out on, actually will be closing out on the morrow. That 2-day candle actually shows that the momentum in the market is continuing to move up in the Qs. Now, if we look intraday to see what we see on the 2-hour chart, you can see that it's still not broken over going up. It's tried and actually is moving down at this point. Derivative oscillators actually gaining downward momentum. We're getting near the 2-day trend line. But again, the NASDAQ 100 has also been tracking sideways since about the 19th, just sliding sideways. Now, could be getting ready for a breakout up. Could cross over and start moving up. Remember that we have been watching the NASDAQ 100 on the weekly chart try to cross over. Maybe at the end of the week, we'll be able to call it that for Christmas. Maybe the NASDAQ 100 will cross over going up, but just be aware that it's trying its best to do that. The 2-day chart's in a confirmed up move, actually crossed over going up back on the 8th. So the next likely thing is, yes, the weekly could cross over, so keep an eye. And again, be aware if you want to do a practice trade tomorrow, if you do start seeing a rally happen, be looking in the morning for a crossover going up on the Qs. See if you can see that coming. All right, that's where we are on the Qs. Now we're going from the stock market. We'll go to the bond market next. Let's take a look at what's going on TLT. That is the 20-year Treasury bond fund. Of course, over the last many weeks, dropping like a stone, crossed over going down on the 2-day chart back on the 5th of October. Actually, it started this downward plunge when it crossed over going down around the 19th on the 2-day chart, followed by the weekly chart crossing over going down during that week of the 22nd of August. And then, of course, it recovered a little bit and then shot down again where we saw the crossover going down on the 2-day chart back in early October and has been going down ever since. The weekly's in a confirmed down move and the 2-day. And of course, what do we see the market trying to do at this point? Well, the short chart, it's actually crossed over going up on the 2-day chart, still below the 2-day trend line. I want to say it's crossed over on the PPO, still below the weekly also. And if we go and we check out the 2-hour chart, we can see that it originally crossed over going up on that 2-hour chart back on the 19th of December, Monday, and has pittered around. It moved up pretty strongly for about 2 days and then sort of fanned off and then started moving up again. So what, of course, we're going to have to wait for and see is if this movement is going to be enough to actually break not only the 2-day chart, which it has just done, but if it's going to be able to break through and pull up the weekly chart. Is our bonds going to recover in the new year? We'll just have to wait and see. But we are seeing some signs of life at this point, but a few signs on small charts do not mean big signs, but it may be coming. We'll continue to watch. Remember, we are trend following, and we'll continue to keep you posted on this as things develop. Now, lastly, we're going to go, and for the record, TLT was up 0.43%, just under 0.5%. What's gold doing? Well, gold's in confirmed down moves on the weekly and the 2-day chart. Crossed over originally going down back on the 8th of August, followed by the weekly chart sometime a few days after that, about mid-August, crossed over going down. Then it recovered a little bit and then crossed over that last time on the 14th of November, and gold has been trundling down since then below the weekly and the 2-day trend line, up a little bit for the day. That did not make for an up candle on the Heiken Ashi candlestick. If we look on the 4-hour, well, we're waiting for that 4-hour chart to start working again for us in gold. Let's check out what's going on the 2-hour chart. We can see that it barely crossed over going up, actually, even with the down movement for the day in the afternoon. Again, we are looking at the PPO, the price percent oscillator. What's going on with gold? Gold is bouncing around its bottom somewhere around 107. So we'll just continue to watch, see if gold's going to make a recovery or continue to move down. My bet is continue to move down with this big pressure from the weekly and the 2-day chart. We shall wait and see, and we shall keep you posted. Folks, be sure to follow the market. See if we have a Santa Claus rally. Don't forget that the last trading day before Christmas has been up 7 out of 8 years, and that is Friday the 23rd on the Dow. So keep those things in mind. Let's see how the last couple of days before Christmas work out for us in the market. Hope that you've got your Christmas shopping done. You're looking forward to a great time with family and friends. We appreciate you being with us. Continue to join us for the next 2 days as we watch and see how this market's going to shape up before Christmas. God bless. Let us hear from you at chartingwealth.com. If you're not already signed up for our newsletter, man, you need to do that. You get this stuff in the mail, in your email every day. You get our podcast. And of course, please, if you want to help us out, go to iTunes, subscribe to our podcast, give us a 5-star rating, say something nice about us. You can also help us out by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Number one thing you need to do is get this email every single day. The market is open, plus you get our comprehensive review and forecast once a week. God bless. Take care from the team here at chartingwealth.com.